So in Taiwan, eating is a big thing. So when we ask how are you in Taiwanese, it's actually have you eaten? My whole goal is to bring some Taiwanese flavor to my new home, to America. On the menu, the pork chop, braised pork, beef noodle soup, pak kong chicken, pork belly bao, they're like all traditional Taiwanese type of street foods, but some I do the little twist.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Taiwan Bento couldn't be where it is today without both of us bringing our unique backgrounds together. I thought I was pretty Asian before meeting Stacy. You know, I speak Mandarin pretty well. But through this, I realized, wow, I'm American. You know, like the things I like to eat.
In America, they like crispy.
Yeah, we like different textures.
Texture, yeah.
Right? On the Eastern palate, they're more used to that doughy texture, where
That's thick.
it's thicker and kind of chewy. But the Western palate we want it more crispy and thin. So a bento box is a common way of eating in East Asia. It really just refers to the discrete portioning of the food.
Fried Pork Chop Bento is one of our most popular bento boxes. So you need to like pound the meat to tenderize it. We marinate and then we dust with the sweet potato flour. And then it's like crispy and then juicy. What makes Taiwanese flavor is the 5 spice. After we fry it, we also dust with the powder. So yeah, that's the best part of the bento. And then the tea egg, we cook with the oolong tea, black tea, some spices, and then we also marinate overnight. And the pickled vegetables also has some acidity, so that is great balance. Each person has their way to enjoy bento. For example, for me, I like to taste out, to have a little bit of everything throughout. But like I have friends because they want to save the best part for the last. So they will eat like everything else and then eat the pork chop the last.
We've come to see that many Asian Americans are very nostalgic for this authentic flavor.
I've seen like some of the Taiwanese kids, they came here and found their home, found the taste of their mom. Yeah, so that's a very beautiful and rewarding moment for me.
Gaia, does eating this dish bring back childhood memories?
Oh, beautiful ones. It really takes me back to a place where I used to go to Chinese school on the weekends with my mom and my sisters, and we would always go get bentos from a place in Fremont. So when I got the opportunity to try the fried pork chop bento from Taiwan Bento, I took a bite and I had like a ratatouille moment where the memories just came flooding back. It tasted just how I wanted it to, and it tasted just how I remembered. And Taiwan Bento's fried pork chop is crispy, it's salty, it has this like umami depth to it, and it comes with a side of rice, which is perfectly steamed, and that's topped off with a stewed minced pork, which in Taiwanese is called 卤肉饭. And it also comes with half of a tea egg, which is also super traditional. And because it's been simmered in soy sauce, as well as has a nice tea infusion as well, it really is just aromatic. And pro tip for Taiwanese eaters out there, mixing up that egg with the rice and the 卤肉饭 creates this just aromatic and just meaty and just delicious like flavor.
Elizabeth and Ian, tell me about tasting this fried pork chop.
The pork was delicious. You know, the mouthfeel was pretty fun, you know, to have all those different combinations and to eat in combinations,
right,
you know, with some of the sauces that they offer, although they recommended with this dish in particular, they have a number of sauces that you can use for their dishes. And the really sweet woman at the counter said, this one you should have just as is, no sauce.
Yeah. It reminded me of kind of like the old days. If you would find someplace open at 2 a.m. after party food, it would be kind of amazing.
It's funny that everyone's kind of mentioning the nostalgia of this dish, because I agree. Like, I grew up in the Clement district of San Francisco, where there's a lot of different Asian cuisines, and it reminded me of the quickly little chicken popper things I used to eat, because it's really crispy on the outside and soft and tender and really flavorful. And they fry and cook their food really well. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I also got some egg scallion pancake thing, and those were really fried and hot, and it was so good. I really love that place a lot.
And what about something to drink with that? Did you have any of the drinks?
I did. I got the brown sugar boba milk tea, and it was just double chef's kiss on top of all of that. What Taiwanese people call the texture of the boba, if it's really good and it's really authentic, they say, oh, it's like a hao Q, it's really cute. And when it's QQ, it's very chewy. And it was just perfectly cute. You know what I'm saying?
We also had boba, and it was really amazing. It had a nice caffeine kick too, I'll say that. And the boba was like a perfect, I don't know, do you use al dente for boba? It was really good. Definitely.
Yeah, you would. And what about you, Jewel?
I would definitely go back. It looks like a very inviting place for lunch too. Doors wide open. I love the table setup at the top. It's really warm and inviting. I love that place.
If you would like to try the fried pork chop bento at Taiwan Bento, it's located on 22nd Street near Broadway in Oakland. And Gaia's pro tip, pair your bento with a brown sugar boba milk tea.